There we go. Prediction started for this matchup here. All right. You know, my lighting's a bit shit. Hold on. It's maybe a bit better. That's just like too bright, but if we like get the right balance there, maybe. Okay. In chat, we see Mirror Ryan. Yep, Giga Chad Mirror. I unfortunately covered chat a little bit. Looks like my overlay's a bit off. I'm gonna fix that real quick. There we go. We see fluffy aimers, Pharah composition, Pharah Ram, full 5-man Diva Dive from Team Z. So completely different approaches here, completely different compositions. You don't see that too often. The only similarity between these two is actually the Lucia. And here, it's really going to be up to fluffy aimers to take things slow. They don't want to go too far, too fast. Renko is at risk. Here's the dive coming in from Team Z. The Ashe is low. Manuel's gone. Chime is the next to go. And there is a cap there. So we will see fluffy aimers get a little bit of progress here, but it's about all they'll get. Not able to DMAC Painkiller. And it looks like that'll be a recap. Maybe Astra kind of staggering there. A little bit unfortunate. Now reset, only 10% for fluffy aimers. Peace, very, very close to the copy, only after one fight. Pretty fast. Copy onto the Tracer, onto the Ram. Both would be quite good. Rarely you'll see that copy onto an Ashe if they can try and get the Bob. Astra's going to walk out top. Fluffy aimers making their initial rotation here. Painkiller stuck. A bit of a mistake there. Boosters into the room. Pulse. Blocked by Renko's Immortality Field. Peace. Walking further in. 1, 2, 3. And the copy gets immense value. Fluffy aimers will take that fight. Now, Hanbei with the... Hanbei with the Kitsune. Renko with the window. Be careful with the window usage here. If you put it too close to the Kiriko, it's a bit difficult to use. Seems like Team Z playing their way back. Painkiller not going to make the same mistake. Renko's window here is going to get a bit of value. Allow Astra to close the distance. Here's the Kitsune. The response from Hanbei. Painkiller moving forward. Astra is gone. No tank for fluffy aimers, and Team Z just keep the pressure up here. Gonna keep going, actually. Go for the kill. AJAX. Grapes is gone. Attempted to salvage that there, and Painkiller will keep mech. No beat for fluffy aimers. Chime looking to contest the point. Painkiller is there to contest. Chime has this pulse available. Recall used. Is Chime able to get out? No pulse available now. Still have the Bob for manually. Will they be able to use it? Beat used. There's the Bob. As well as the Annihilation. Manually able to hold on. But Painkiller finds a kill with the Diva Bomb onto Astro. And 1 by 1, fluffy aimers have fallen. Team Z, they're making good use of this Diva composition here. 99-16 first round here. Beating a Brawl composition on one of the more Brawl-heavy maps in this game. Definitely more of like a slower Brawl variant, though. And that could play a part. Could see maybe something a bit faster from the side of fluffy aimers this round. Try and make up for that, or something that can sustain through the dive a bit better. There's a lot of adjustments I feel that they can make. Here we see maybe a entirely different approach from Team Z. Sigma composition, same deal from Fluffy Aimers. Might be a near mirror situation. Looks like Peace is probably going to stick with the Tracer though. TP out from XCal, and it'll be Ashe. Ashe Tracer, both teams mirroring this. It's probably going to be Ashe on the side lane. Maybe going to play with the Sig though. Okay. Both Ashes deciding to play with the Sigs. It's going to be a Tracer duel on the side lane. Here it is. Tracer, Lucio going at it. Grapes is low. Oh, manually headshot on the Peace. That'll decide that duel right there. Bit unaware of that angle there. Great shot will probably define that fight. Manually pushing up a bit. Doesn't want to take it too far. Playing in the indoor lane here. Len's a bit low. Can't underestimate the Ashe here. Have to be careful. It looks like it's only Lucio Tracer here. It's a 3v2. Peace is gone. Manually realizing they have a bit of an advantage here. Dynamite's good, and Manually's just keeping up the pressure. Nobody to really contest them. Halfway to this Bob. Renko close to the window. Not a singular ultimate from either team yet. Hanbei also growing quite close to the window here. Probably see windows traded through this first choke. Will we see more pressure be placed on them manually here this fight? You might have to walk and clear it, and that's exactly what happens here. Painkiller hits the rock, and there goes the Ashe. Just going to clear the Ashe real quick, then walk through main. Immortality forced. Astro's quite low. Gonna walk right through this window, unconcerned. Oh, Len falls, but the Tracer duel here is pretty even on the side. I think it's just the Lucio and the Tracer left for both teams respectively. Now Hanbei. Gonna keep XCal alive. Dive in with the Immortality field. Hero of the day here. And XCal does have this Bob, so does Manually. We'll either see Bobs, maybe they could be traded on point, they could be traded on bridge. Although it looks like Manually's more point side. It looks like the entirety though. Again, it's like this 3-man squad over on that left side. It's quite dangerous. Will Peace and Len be able to keep up here? They are trying to take this duel, but they have to be careful. Bob was used by XCal on this right side. Not a lot of use out of that though. Fluffy Aimer's gonna wait that out. Peace, Len, continuing to take this duel. Manually, first shot, first pick onto XCal. Gonna push out onto point. Next target is Hanbei. Still has the Bob available. Hit from Peace, unsuccessful. Now Manually can push in. Committing the Bob, it kind of misses the Sig there. Does take down Hanbei. Finds 2. And that will be a successful fight for Fluffy Aimers, 20% remaining. Len has the beat for Team Z. Will that be enough? Renko might window early here. Keep the pressure up. 10% remaining. Here's the early window. Chime has this pulse bomb available as well. You have to keep this in mind. Could go for it on the Lucio. If the Lucio gets hit, there goes the Tracer. Lucio's gone. No beat. And Fluffy Aimers will even things out 1-1. Alright. That was interesting. I think we saw a bit of a different macro approach from both teams. We saw Fluffy Aimers. They tend to split their Ashe more often. They don't put their Ashe with their Sig. And kind of have a team of 3 over in the side angle while their Sig and Bat play excessively slow. And that kind of allows the Ashe to push out further. And I think this caught Len and Peace off guard. Kind of lost that duel, especially in the first few fights. They struggled, and once Painkiller kind of assisted with the clear there at the beginning especially, that really helped, but I think it was a bit too late. Now another approach from Fluffy Aimers here, this time a Winston composition. Aster on the Winston. Kiriko Lucio variant. Manually sticking to the Ashe. And we see the same Ramacha composition from Team Z. Could see Team Z maybe swap over to D.Va if they're struggling, but we'll see. So far, looks like Manually just going to play off this high ground. It's going to be a bit of a point force from Team Z. This will be a forced, aggressive response here. Fluffy Aimers need to make their move, and that's what they're doing. Will they be the first to cap? A contest from Len. Gets a bit low. Now, re-engage. Can Team Z retake this? Kiriko is vulnerable. Grapes is there to mark. Piece is gone. It's really only Painkiller here. Going to drop off the map. It's going to be a tactical reset for Team Z. Grapes already really, really close to the beat here. Pretty major Lucio differential for this first fight. It's going to make a difference. You have the beat that much earlier. If they realize this, they could use it as an aggressive tool. Hanbei also growing quite close to the window, but Ranko's pretty much even on the Kitsune. Walking out this top. Not going to give it for free, though. Fluffy Aimers putting the pressure on. They have Astro set up close. Going to be marking the Tracer. Piece is already forced. Piece is gone. This hit, though, from Astro, a lot of value is going to fall, though, just barely, but I think that's enough. I think that is enough. The window. Oh, Grapes finding two. Maybe a third. Oh, Grapes. Oh, no, Grapes. Grapes has fallen. Bit of an awkward stagger kill. Piece assassinates Chime from behind. Team Z, they've turned this into a bit of an even fight. It's definitely a back and forth. Kitsune kind of forced from Ranko, but I mean, Fluffy Aimers have 5 ultimates. They're coming back into this fight. I don't think they really see an issue with this. They're gonna reach 99. Pulse onto Grapes. No more beat in this fight. That is value. Len coming back with a beat of their own. There's a kill to Ranko. Oh, it's a little bit ugly for Fluffy. This Bob is high value, though. And here it comes, Grapes with a beat. Back in the fight now. Beats traded from both teams. Painkiller has the annihilation. This might make the difference here. Chime's gone. Astro's next target point is flipped as well. Not wanting to commit it. Oh, it is going to use it. It's an even enough fight. Afraid at that 99 point. Astro's out. Chime has the pulse. Manually's gone. Ranko trades Len. Feels like a forever fight, if anything. Bit of a duel happening down there between Peace and Chime. Gonna back off. Hanbei very, very close to the Kitsune. Pulse misses from Chime. Suzu used. There's the recall. Gonna commit. Bit of a mistake. Peace is there to protect Hanbei. And now you still have that Kitsune here, and yeah, that's gonna be a fight win. 40% now. This fight has kind of dragged on. Been a constant drip of Fluffy Aimers players coming back, but it hasn't really been of much value since the flip happened. Chime is going to look to clear Peace here. Pulse Bomb onto Ranko. TP forced. Astro setting up for a hit here. Hanbei has the Kitsune. Astro very, very, very close to the Primal as well. We'll probably look for a more aggressive engage. Painkiller dropping a bit low. It's a back and forth kind of macro deal here. Here's the Kitsune from Ranko. Kitsune's traded from both teams. Astro's the first to go. Ranko is next. Team Z. 2-player advantage. 20% left. Ticking down. You don't want to get staggered now. Xcal has Deadeye. It's going to make it a bit difficult for Astro to get full value. If Astro is able to deal with this, it's still very doable, and a well-placed Bob will also force the Deadeye away. Here, Manually. It might be up to Manually. Here's the Bob. And there's the Deadeye. Forced away by the Bob, as expected, actually. Len has the beat. Can Team Z turn this around? The Primal focus is good. Chime has found 3, I believe. There's a Pulse Bomb and a Painkiller to finish things out, and it looks like Fluffy Aimers will take this first map. 2-1, 100-99. Painkiller in spawn on D.Va. Does that mean something? Astro on the Winston. Are we going to see a dive mirror on King's Row? Please. Give me this APAC feel. Give me this APAC feel. I will be happy. I've always been adamant that King's Row is not a brawl map, it's a dive map. It is very much so good for dive, although you really can play almost anything here. Fluffy Aimer starting out in defense. Team Z on attack. It's going to be the D.Va composition that we saw before. Xcal with the shot at a spawn. Going to swap over to Tracer. Astro going to fight over Statue. And it's going to be on a Brig backline. Renko kind of dropping down, though. Renko a little split for a moment. All of Fluffy Aimer's forced back. That's a lot of space for Team Z. It's kind of a macro game here. That's why we're watching the overhead. Painkiller forced away. Xcal forcing point. Chime's going to respond. Xcal backs out. Astro finds the first kill into Len. And now Astro's just going to back out. I think this really isn't... you have to reset here for Team Z. Looks like they're just going to soft reset it, though. Painkiller's going to keep the space. Xcal going to rotate up top. We're going to see a Tracer versus Tracer here. Chime is ready. Here it is. There's a dive from the D.Va as well. Recall force. Chime still has his own. He's just going to play around the Mega. Not going to grab it just yet. Here's the point force. Starts out. Good anti from Hanbei. Sleep just comes right in time. Pieces there to follow up, though. Astro slept. 81% to Primal. It's actually very, very, very close. Very early in the game as well. Good boot from Len. That will make the difference. Interesting swap from Hanbei. Looks like the idea here from Fluffy Aimers was, or Team Z, sorry, was essentially just to hit a nade on this Ana Brig backline. And then they'd be able to get more value that way. And it makes sense. You can go for that, although it is risky because obviously Hanbei is an easy target in Ana Lucio composition. I think that will provide them more challenge in the second point if they stick with it. Astro has the Primal. Pieces the copy. I think those are the most important ultimates going into this next fight. Astro just holding close. Oh, looking for the Primal. Can he get it? There it is. Hanbei's gone. Good pulse bomb as well from Chime, and it looks like Painkiller will have the D.Va bomb forced for the reset, for the mech reset. Now, Nano available for Fluffy Aimers. So they can really keep the pressure up here. Have their backline on the low ground, so they're ready to brawl. More so posture to brawl. Haven walks directly into the pulse bomb. Oh, sleeping a slept, nanoing a slept Astro there. Bit unfortunate. And now a beat. Gonna try and keep this fight alive, but there's no D.Va mech for Team Z. Oh, Drapes overextends in the rally. I believe that was actually a sleep on the Painkiller, but Astro overextends. Now it's a Tracer versus Ana duel here, but it looks like Team Z are gonna kind of punish some more or less simple mistakes from Fluffy Aimers here. A little bit of an overextension. I think they went in too soon, allowed Team Z opportunities to trade. We see Painkiller making a swap over to Junker Queen. Completely different approach now. Hanbei on the Kiriko as well. Chime has this pulse bomb. That'll be the key starting ultimate here. The Lucio Tracer duel on the side. Haven throws out the Bob. Here's the engage from Astro. Will Chime look for a pulse bomb now? Chime and Grapes, they're able to isolate the Tracer. Work together to take him down. Chime, not wanting to commit on that. Just playing it slow. Junker Queen is a little split, though. Shout forced. Painkiller's away. And with a kill into Hanbei, it looks like Fluffy Aimers want to get a bit more here. Have to be careful, though. Astro has the Primal. Looks like a high ground rotation here. Or actually just a side rotation. From the side of Team Z. Nade. As well as the bomb there. Astro's in. Most likely looking the Primal in here. Can Team Z sustain through this? We'll see. Chime still has the pulse as well. You have to keep that in mind. Piece is gone. There's the pulse onto the Junker Queen. That will catch Len. And it looks like that's a solid fight from Fluffy Gamers. They took the initiative there and it paid off. And now Grapes actually made the swap off of the Brig onto the Lucio, I believe last fight in between fights. And I believe that's really because, you know, once the Diva's out of the equation, you don't have as much use for the Brig, so you can kind of run a greedier backline. One clip from Chime. Looking for more. Blinks into a wall. That might be a bit fatal. Won't be. Is able to back out. 1 minute left for Team Z to attack here. Haven backing out. Nano, I think that was meant for Haven, but that does go to Astro. Piece is gone. Nade onto the Diva. Also back on Diva. There's the beat from Len. And now it looks like we're going to see Fluffy Aimers try to back out, but another overextension from Astro. Too aggressive on these dives. It's fine to set the pace, but I think to an extent, they're not fully respecting this Diva composition. They're not fully respecting Peace in particular, I feel. Peace and Painkiller, both. Peace has the copy. Copy Winston here might be deadly, to be honest. Copy Winston with the Kitsune in play from Hanbei. Extremely difficult to deal with. There's the Bob. It's actually going to be stopped right on the edge there. Kind of a terrible position for a Bob. Beat used from Grapes aggressively. Here's the copy Winston. Onto the back line. Fluffy Aimers. And that'll be a cap. Fluffy Aimers unable to touch. Too much pressure. I mean, that's not even really a C9. That's all that really was. It's just too much pressure outputted by Team Z, as well as a numbers advantage. Peace maybe going to swap here. Going to go back to spawn. And we're going to see a role swap here. Peace going over to the Tracer, Xcal into Ashe. Classic flex DPS, hit scan DPS dance. Astro has the Primal. It's up to Fluffy Aimers to set the pace in this fight. Here's the engage. Kiriko TP forced. Will Astro commit further? Here it is onto the Ashe. Really looking for an opportunity to Primal here. Kiriko TP forced once again. Hanbei unable to be caught. It looks like Fluffy Aimers will be forced to disengage here. They don't want to go too far. And now, we're in final fight territory. Team Z have one more chance here to make it the whole way through this attack. Renko very close to the Kitsune. So is Hanbei. It's going to be Kitsune's traded here, most likely on point. See Peace controlling the Mega at the moment. Here's the Kitsune's. Astro's in. Suzu forced from the side of Team Z. Trying to keep track. A lot of things happening. Xcal headshot into Haven, though. Ashe is traded. Len cut out in the open. Diva Bomb isn't able to get value. Chime finds two. Peace is gone. Pulse Bomb onto the Diva. Painkiller's the only one left. It's just a baby Diva on point. Grape shows no mercy. And that will be the end of the attack for Team Z. So far, we've seen a mini counter swap game, and you always see this, and it's very interesting, where both teams kind of rapidly adapt to each other. We saw that Ana swap from Team Z to hit the nade onto the Ana break backline on first point. It's an interesting strategy, an interesting approach, and it worked well. And there's merit to something like that. And then on the second point, we saw the swap over to Junker Queen, and then the swap right back over to Diva. I think especially after they saw that Ana Lucio backline, they realized that, hey, that's pretty easy to hit, right? Let's just go back. So it's like Junker Queen, then not Junker Queen. So you're going to make some swaps there, and that will matter a good bit. Now Hanbei on Baptiste. All right. Team Z. Ramatra composition. Ashe Tracer. This will be quite interesting. Bit different XCal will be controlling the far high ground. The Lucio Tracer going to control the left side as always. Going to play that macro game. If you do that well, you can beat a dive composition quite well. Your Lucio Tracer can switch from this high ground over to this high ground. Wish it was easier for... I need to, like, find a way to, like, temp tab out so that I can use my pen. That'd be very fun to do in between rounds. We'll figure that out in the future for production purposes. Haven. Gonna move over to the right side, and it'll most likely just be an uneven duel here. And a Brig backline. And Chime looking for a few shots. Fluffy Aimers just giving him some time. Here's the hit from Astro. Actually gonna go after this Lucio Tracer here and help Haven clear it. Clever. Not a flashy hit by any means, but a very valuable one. Now, the Ashe is the target. Will the peel be good enough? Alright. Lennon for the rescue. Decent boop on the Astro. And now, Ram form committed by Painkiller. Not able to find anything. Now, Team Z kind of have to retake some space. Chime with a double kill with the stickies. Looking for another. And that's really fight ending right there. That backline fell apart pretty fast. Pretty shaky. First fight will go to... Fluffy Aimers. What are you doing, Chime? You just won the fight. What are you doing? Fluffy Aimers have a bit of a bad habit of feeding after they've won. or generally, like, late in the fight. I'm not sure what's up with that, but it's quite funny. It's very funny. Alright. Soft engage from Astro. Gonna force the Ram form from Painkiller. Force back. Almost have to use Painkiller's bait. I think Painkiller kind of has to play close. Avoid the nades with the shield, and then back off with Ram form, and that's kind of the cycle you have to take, so that way you give your Ashe and Bap a little bit more room. Was that just a spin I saw first? What did I just witness? I don't know what I just saw. But anyways, seems like Fluffy Aimers kind of taking the advantage here on space already halfway through this point. Astro, another soft hit in the Painkiller. Beam from Chime ineffective against the Ram form, but Team Z repeatedly pushed back. Chime and Haven both set up on this side angle. Good pulse on the Chime. Unable to copy. Save himself. Hanbei now taking a 1v1 with Haven. That could be a bit risky with the pulse bomb and play. Astro's in. Primal committed onto this back line. And I'm not sure that immortality will matter. Hanbei's the first to go. Good juggle mechanics. There goes XCal next. Painkiller's alone on point. That will be the focus. Maybe a bit of a wasted rally from Grapes, but it doesn't matter. Fluffy Aimers are happy with that fight. Happy with that point. Well executed. Astro kept up the pressure. And so far, this Winston composition is unstoppable. This Ramatra composition seems flimsy at best. XCal immediately going to be contested here on this high ground. Astro not giving anything for free. Most likely just going to jump away here. Window used. And actually, that'll be a Tracer copy from Chime. Haven finding two through this window even. No more Bob for Team Z. Will they even get this Bob off is the question. I mean, okay, Haven's gone. That might make a difference. We'll try and go for the pulse. I'm just going to yeet it out. It's the way to do it. I believe this is an even fight here to start. XCal's Bob here matters a lot. Can't mess it up. Gonna take the high ground first. Contest Chime. Dynamite misses. There's the Bob. And, ooh, the timing is a bit off. Team Z had already disengaged. Not a lot of pressure at all on Team Z, so really that was a bit of a waste. Fluffy Aimers playing this quite well. Astro's going to be looking to take the second high ground. Here it is. It's going to force the Bap Lucio away. Now Painkiller's going to be the main target on the point. Len's going to try and clear the Winston. Painkiller, dangerously low. Immortality is going to keep him alive a little bit longer. Len, how long are you going to hold on to this beat? We'll see. He's playing it safe. That's good. As long as it works, it works. AJAX! Astro finding Len. The nade connected as well from Ranko. Painkiller, a load up point. And that will be a dominant attack from Fluffy Aimers. Not sure. I forget who AJAX'd first map chat. You might have to remind me here. Are we 1-to-1 on AJAX's, or is there an unlucky Double AJAX. Are we gonna hit the? Are we gonna hit the? Are we gonna hit the hat trick? The AJAX hat trick. I'm not sure. My memory is failing me. Will Astro stick with the Winston? I would assume so, actually. Painkiller on Ramatra. You know, my question is, what, have Team Z given up on their Diva? Have they given up on that Diva composition? Because this map isn't bad for it. This map is kind of built for it. You can run it. What will we see from both teams here? This map is a bit new, so also it's kind of weird spectating it. So we'll see. We'll do our best. Sombra Tracer. Ana Lucios. So a greedy backline. An aggressive front line. You don't see this Sombra very often. Hack on the Talisman. Oh, the Tracer! Talisman just manages to recall. Backs out. Ranko slowly moving their way in here. Neither team wanting to make an immediate move. Haven scouting here. Astro. Okay. Gonna full jump in here. A little bit too far, though. Out of LOS of Ranko. Definitely. You're not gonna get much out of that. You want the nade. The nades are good for the brawl. I think the Ana Lucio is quite good into brawl. So far, still a bit of a stalemate. Soft hit on Painkiller. Actually, will this kill Painkiller? That will force the ram form. Won't be immediate kill, though. Going to back out. Now we're going to see kills start to come through soon, as both teams wear through their resources here. Astro hit onto Painkiller. Painkiller's gone. No form available. Talisman forced away. I believe no recall. Ranko has another nade. Could be deadly. Going to start pushing card here. First fight win for Fluffy Aimers. Wasn't a majestic fight, but it was effective. Astro jumping over the top. Looking for a nade here. Will they find a Painkiller also back on the Diva? Okay, there goes Ranko. Now, we might see a bit of a backline switch up. Grapes might have to go the Brig or run something else. We might just see Ranko go Kiriko, actually, but Ranko's going to stick with the Nano. All right. Going to stick with the greedy backline for now. Grapes closing in on a beat as well, so you're relying on ult rotation here. Xcal on the cast now. Off of Ash. Okay. Talisman has the Pulse Bomb. You connect it with Ranko or Grapes here. It's value. It's pure value. Question is, will they be able to find it? Definitely looking for it. Len is the first to go. Pulse doesn't land. Astro nanoed. Rolls through the back line of Team Z. It seems like Team Z have lost their momentum from the first map. They do get a little bit of progress, but that's about it. Xcal and Hanzo now. Is he gonna stick with this? Okay, back to Tracer. Okay, we're gonna see it. We're gonna see another frontline switch up. Tracer Echo. That was just to make the swap between Flex DPS and Hitscan DPS, switching the Tracer player. Painkiller. Gonna take this corner. Oh, that's an interesting position from Ranko. Look at this. A wide angle. Lands a nade right on Painkiller's head. Not able to survive. And also an EMP from Haven. Well placed. Like that positioning there. Fluffy Aimers, they know they're going to swing that corner. Send their Ana out far. Makes it more difficult for Painkiller and Xcal to punish that. Talisman gone. Haven traded. A few backline trades there. Hanbei survives. Looks like Fluffy Aimers are happy with what they got. Maybe a bit of an overextension. Not again! Not again, Fluffy Aimers! Oh, no. Okay, so Ranko, probably a bit sick of his front line by now. Keep going in a bit too far sometimes. Might stick with the Ana here. Is going to stick with the Ana. Still confident in this composition. Very, very aggressive composition. Len and Grapes both have the beats. Xcal close to a Pulse Bomb here. If you hit it on Grapes, that's value. There's the beat. Beats traded. Pulse Bomb from Xcal here is important. Pushing the cart. Just gaining progress. Ranko's there to contest. Both teams stabilizing. Chime and Xcal. Quick duel inside. Going to fight over the space here. Grape's going to assist. Kind of a back and forth here. Renko very, very close to the nano. Fluffy Aimer's playing for that. Makes perfect sense, actually. If anything, I think Team Z need to make their move here soon. Here's the Kitsune. Will this be a pulse here? No pulse used. Not going to commit the whole way. Xcal a bit afraid to, it seems like. Chime. Not able to catch that either. Feels like Team Z, they're a bit afraid to make their move at times, and they're kind of allowing Fluffy Aimers a lot of time to build up their ult rotation and make their way in. Astro has the primal. I feel that Fluffy Aimers will probably just set the pace here, as always. I mean, you really have to set the pace with an Ana Lucio composition. Painkiller's the target, hacked, forced away, gone. Xcal does finally get a pulse off onto Renko, so that will be the Ana out of the fight, but Xcal's gone. Talisman uses the copy on the Tracer. Will they even do anything, though? Okay, Talisman gets one. Will be a duel between Grapes and Talisman. Gonna chase here. Grapes will survive. It looks like Team Z will pull through, but at a decent expense. Renko finally making the swap over to Kiriko. I expected it at some point. At some point, I knew that was gonna happen, but I think eventually realized it's gonna be hard to live through some of these fights. And it is relatively close. It's only 67 to 35. It's very winnable. Here's the EMP engage from Haven. Painkiller basically taken out of the fight instantly. Should have been on the POV faster there. My bad. Some of these fights happen a bit faster than I expect them to. With the Sombra, you have to play it fast-paced. Len, approaching a beat. Grapes, already has the beat. That will matter here. Painkiller. On the Winston now, going to engage. Hanbei, forced away. Chime, first pick there. Grapes needs to survive. Has the beat. Can he get out? Len also has beat available now. It's pretty even. Haven's gone. Oh. Renko in a bit of an aggressive position. Forced to TP away. Astro trying to assist. Grapes is gone. Renko's gone as well. No more backline for Fluffy Aimers. Painkiller. Astro's not giving this up. Astro shows no mercy. Going to use the primal as well. Is Astro the hero today? A little bit lost maybe with this primal, but is able to live long enough for Grapes to return to the fight, as well as Renko, so essentially allowed for a full reset here without losing any progress. It's worthwhile. Hanbei will probably start this fight with a Kitsune. Team Z need to make their move. Here it is. Renko's the first target. Suzu committed. TP as well, but that's kind of a bad place to TP into. There goes the Kiriko. Painkiller. Gonna back off. Happy with that there, but Fluffy Aimers continue to make progress. 80 meters now. Haven gone. Unable to TP away. Fluffy Aimers have continued to increase their advantage. Astro Painkiller fighting over the mini. Not sure if that was a mini or a mega, actually. We'll have to brush up on my map geometry, I think, on some of these new maps. Now, 4 ultimates for both teams. Very ultimate heavy here. Renko commits the Kitsune. Len's hacked. Is able to escape with... oh, that was an incredibly important Suzu from Hanbei, by the way. That's difficult to catch. Incredibly important. Here's Xcal. Pulse Bomb could be key. Isn't going to throw it down on the Winstons. That's surprising. Astro's gone anyways, though. Now, Grapes might be the next to fall. Looks like Team Z will have one of their best fights so far on this map, and that might make the difference. 1 minute remaining. They needed that fight to be good, and it was. Pulse bombs from both teams. Have to be careful here. Astro, I think it's really just going to be a super, super aggressive engage from Fluffy Aimers here alongside a EMP. Oh, Len stuck in an awkward position, forced off the map. It's a 5v4. Team Z gonna disengage. Don't want to take that fight. Now, XCal. This pulse bomb. A lot lies on this. Hanbei's gonna commit the Kitsune first. There's the EMP. Very, very good Suzu from Hanbei. Astro's gone. Will Hanbei be able to keep this alive? Another good Suzu. It's gonna keep Talisman alive. Hanbei, the glue, holding Team Z together for these last two fights, really. Now, Painkiller has the primal. Astro is still holding on to it, though. Haven, quick swap onto Cassidy. I mean, really, this could come down to just this next fight. If Team Z take this next fight, there is a very good argument to them just winning outright, right? It's a bit difficult for Fluffy Aimers to get back and contest, especially if more progress is made. Very, very aggressive from Astro. Not going to let up the pressure at all. Painkiller. Oh, going to take down Shime. Very patient. Just waiting. Okay, finally going to use the primal. Kiriko's the target. Making more progress. Team Z pushing in. Painkillers out of the primal now. Renko will have the Kitsune to start. Beating Kitsune is going to be hard here. We're down to final fight. Painkiller stuck in an awkward position. Good Suzu from Hanbei. There's the beat. Talisman has that copy. Will it be good? Copy onto the Winston. Painkiller's gone. Talisman unable to stay in. Not able to get any value out of that. 3 kills for Fluffy Aimers. Can they close that out here? Yes, they will. They will close it out. Team Z unable to turn things around. Hanbei can only do so much. Hanbei wasn't able to build a Kitsune in time as well. If Hanbei built a Kitsune there, as that engagement started, I believe Team Z had probably would have just won, right? So that was quite close. Maybe came down to just a margin of ultimate advantage. It's hard to beat the first Kitsune there. Good beat from Grapes. I think also a bit too much damage taken early on. From the side of a bit too much poke taken from Team Z early on. That Suzu was forced incredibly early.